Okay, look, I know you think this is a little weird that we're sitting here talking and I just left and I was in a completely different outfit. Well, that's future me. I'm past me. So what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about while they're setting up for this next guest that's coming on, and I'm sure they're going to be dope, but I want to talk to you a little bit about ways to support the channel. You see, there's a lot of work that goes into this channel, and the only way to keep it going, the only way to keep bringing on new people and upgrading the sets and upgrading the intros is by you supporting me. So here's a couple of ways that you can support me, and I'm not sure that a lot of you know this. If you're new to Twitch, you want to look down right here. There's a little subscribe button. That's the easiest way to support me. It's like $5. It's like buying me a cup of coffee. If we're at the bar, you're buying me a beer. If you're feeling a little more generous, maybe you want to gift somebody a free sub. If you are a Prime member, you can use your Prime membership. You get one per month. You can use that on me. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, if you're sitting there on the YouTube side, you can also hit that membership button right there, or you can give me a super chat and then send me off a tip. Look, I know that times are tough, money's tough, and I know that what I'm asking for some of you people might be a little too difficult. So there are other ways that you can help the channel. You can host the stream, share the stream. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, share the stream to everybody. Get the word out. That's the easiest way to help me out, and that doesn't cost you a dime. Those are just a couple of ways that you can do this. I think they're coming back, so I need to get out of here. Just remember what I said. We'll see you soon. Bye. What is going on? What is going on? Everybody in the house, what is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, just wet. Tell them run it up.
Two, check, two. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Wake up in Cleveland. We have finally entered 2021. Who would have thought 2021? I'm looking for some more light in my room here. So please hold for just a second. Okay, that is better. Wake up in Cleveland, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, a little bit of every day, apparently. Guys, it's 2021. We made it. We made it to the new year. Most of us are still alive. Most of us are still functional. Most of us are still doing what we normally do. Most of us hopefully have some new resolutions for the coming year. So this is one of those shows that maybe we'll talk a little bit about resolutions. We'll talk a little bit about tech. We'll talk a little bit about the future. We'll talk a little bit about good vibes. Good vibes right here. This is Rick Reb's company. I wear this shirt because I appreciate this shirt. And good vibes is what I'm about, especially in 2021. I think we need some good vibes. I think vibes are important. Vibes are what are going to lead us into the next chapter of our lives. So good vibes only today. If you don't have good vibes, leave the stream. Because in 2021, look, we all have our kind of, I got to check to see if my mic is on. People always say, no mic. Okay, good. We're good. We all like to start off the year strong. Like my son, he's 14 years old. He decided that today he was going to get back into exercising and get fit and be healthy, which is, look, naturally what everybody should do. That's kind of what we should be striving for. He got up yesterday, I think thinking it was like Monday, and he got up at like 7. In fact, I don't even know if he went to sleep. If you ask Mike Marquez, he'll tell you that he was up in his sunrise sessions. So if you know anything about sunrise sessions, if Mike Marquez is on sunrise sessions in New York at 7 a.m., it's 4 a.m. for us. And then I talked to my wife, and she's like, yeah, he was up this morning having breakfast, and then he went back to sleep. No, he probably didn't even go to sleep. He probably stayed up the whole time, had breakfast, which was like his dinner, and went to sleep. So today he was up. He went to bed at a reasonable hour last night and woke up and ate, exercised, and now he's out for a run. What more can you ask for? And I'm on the same trip. I was actually going to get up a little earlier today and start working out today. Didn't go as I had planned. So right after this show, I'm going to go and do my workout. I've already started with the whole eating thing. Started last week, but this week is for sure time to start pushing on to 2021. No more quarantine excuses. No more any excuses. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is January, and in case you didn't know what January was, in case you were confused, January is the month that our Lord and Savior, no, I'm kidding, that I was born. So January 18th is my birthday. This is my birthday month. So yeah, this will be last year I actually celebrated my birthday in Texas, of all places. My kids had a dance convention, so I went from Nam to a plane, went to Texas, and celebrated with dance moms and dads and the kids at a Mexican restaurant, which was bomb though. It was really, really good. I don't remember what it was called though. Something Texas. It's probably something like bigger in Texas, big fajita. I don't know. But that's where I celebrated last year, not knowing that for the rest of the year, my entire family would celebrate their birthdays under quarantine. So it's been a funny year. So this year, it appears that I will celebrate my birthday in quarantine, and hopefully my daughter, who's in March, maybe she won't. We will see though. We will definitely see. So January 18th is my birthday. I'm thinking about doing a stream, probably 12 hours. I'm not dumb enough to do a 24-hour stream. I'm not Miss Ninja. I'm not any of those people who are clearly much better at being human beings than I am. Because I have no interest in doing anything for that long, besides breathing. So I'm probably going to do a 12-hour stream. Maybe we'll get some raid parties happening, and we'll go from I'm thinking probably 1 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. We'll do it on the 17th, which is a Sunday, and that'll feed into Monday, which will be my birthday. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I don't really want to do it on my birthday, and I want to get into my birthday, but I don't want to just do it all day on my birthday. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Let's do a little room chat here. Let's do a little room check-in. Let's see what's going on. We got Juan Romero on the YouTube side. Tech9, Happy New Year. Reagan Palmer. How do I get one of those hats? How do I get one of those hats you wear? Okay, we are working on this. In fact, I believe we do have some of the hats in the Check 1 2 merch site. So if one of my mods can throw it in there, that would be fantastic. But it's in there somewhere. To be honest with you, I haven't really been too invested, too involved in the merch side. I've just been a little busy doing other things. And so I haven't really done, like, I gotta throw a Wake Up in Cleveland shirt in. Like right now, I think I have one that says Wake Up, but I want to do the whole Wake Up in Cleveland. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. MoFire in the house, DJ Throwback. I love how he says still enjoying this show a ton. That's like saying, well, you haven't screwed up yet. Thank you Throwback, for hanging out today. Queso in the house, what's going on? John P, that's one of my mods. Joshua Lucas, greetings from Toronto. How you doing? T Diesel in the house, what is going on? And oh, by the way, make sure you follow my mods, all of them, because some of them have finally been getting on the decks. So T Diesel's been on the decks. Who else has been at Ratbone was on the decks last night. We're still waiting on Lady Beats, and I don't even know if John P DJs, to be honest with you. I don't know. Anyway, make sure you follow all of them. Millie Ali, hello, how's it going? Who else we got here? Jorge Blanco, I think I already said you. DJ Dre, Happy New Year. DJ Blazin. Andre De Buck, all the way from Belgium. Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Let me throw in my little ticker here. DJ Flaves in the house. Good to see you. Club Maverick, good morning. Jay Book in the house. What's up, fam? Good to see you, man. Definitely good to see you. Make sure you follow Jay Book. Follow Jay Book also on YouTube. Get up on that, man. And F105 Darwin, good to see you. Who else we got in the house? Oh, by the way, T Diesel, for that subscription. Thank you for subscribing. T Diesel has been subscribing to this channel for 7 months. I cannot believe it. That was even before the Wake Up Show. T Diesel has been a fan and, a friend. Thank you. Appreciate you. 2021, we definitely have to start, finding a way to fund this stream, because it definitely is something that takes money. In fact, I believe I just had to buy 2 more things to enhance it also. So it's kind of a non-stop, never-ending thing. We are. I think we're alive. Just jumped ahead. Hate when it does that. Let me go back up. Fernando G. Yeah, look, I want to do it. It's just a bad month right now, because of NAMM, because of all of the all the gear that's coming out and being sent to me with short deadlines. It just makes it a little harder to actually set aside some time. But we will definitely have that. I need a little time. Okay. Let's go back up so I can make sure I was on where I was supposed to be. Ratbone in the house. What is good? Lee Man in the house. Good to see you, man. He said, did you have a good New Year celebration? No, I did not. Not that it was horrible, not that it was bad, but come on, guys. What could you possibly do on New Year's when you can't leave the house, when you've been in the same location for a good 9 months? It's just another day. I mean, honestly. And when you're watching the shows and it's like, okay, what are you doing? Oh, okay, I see we got Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. Nobody's there. There's 4 people dancing in Times Square. It's just not the same. And is it me, or I don't remember them replaying the same thing over and over again. I watched New Year's 3 different times. So I watched the 9 o'clock stream, which would have been New Year's on the East Coast. I watched the Pacific stream, same stream, by the way. And then an hour later, we were still up. They replayed the stream again. So yeah, not a good day. it was just another day. New Year's was a Tuesday. I don't remember what New Year's was. See, that's how screwed up this whole thing is. I have no idea what day it was, honestly. So, yeah, all I did was kind of pinpoint when I'm going to stop eating crappy and drinking so much. That was really just the window. That was it. January 1st. And then we got up and here's the problem. The big problem for me. We have a chain of things that we do yearly. So, like for Hanukkah, we obviously have tons of Hanukkah parties with family and friends. Then we have a Christmaka where we invite the Jews, the non-Jews, and we do Hanukkah at the house. So it's like typically like a house full of 100 guests. And it's just a big old party. Didn't have that. Then, typically speaking, we have New Year's. We have New Year's Eve, which I'm usually working. So I don't even know what New Year's is like at my house because I'm always working. But this year I wasn't, so that was weird. Then, New Year's Day, we always have our little New Year's party where we invite just close family, close friends, normally like about 30 people. And we watch college football, and we eat a whole bunch of soups and chilies and all that stuff, and we just hang out. New Year's Day comes around, mother-in-law starts making the chilies and the soups, and I'm just like, it's just us, right? Like, it's 7 people max. Are you sure you want to make all that? So she made it all, brought it over, and we ate it, but it definitely wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So I'm excited for the new year, but it's just another day. It is just another day. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. DJ Island Boy in the house. DJ Old Man in the chair. We made it. The Force. What is happening? Who else we got? Flaves. We got... Okay, let's see. Earlier that day. All right, let's see who we got here. January 7th is my 47th birthday. Not mine, but Jorge's. Congratulations. What day is that? That is a Thursday. So if you happen to be on, we'll make sure we shout you out. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening over the next couple of days anyway, just so people know. Wednesday, we have DJ Miss Ninja in the house. She's going to talk a little bit about streaming, going to talk a little bit about, the world and life and everything else that we do here. Thursday, we're going to have Tweak Music Tips on the show. They're going to be on this show. DJ Kova will be in the house, so that'll be a good time. That's Thursday. And I don't know what's going to happen on that day. That's just going to be absolute chaos, I think. We're probably going to get spicy in that chat. A lot of good stuff coming out, a lot of new gear coming out. So you might see a couple of videos here and there from me on some new gear. And I mean like new gear. Not just like a do-over, but like actual new gear. So that should be fun. I'm excited for this month. We have coming up in the future, in January, we have several people I'm really excited for already. We got Redmatic. He'll be on the show. Who else we have? We got Redmatic. Still trying to lock down a couple more times for my man Scratch Bastard. That's going to be happening this month also. Who else we have? A few other people that I'm still waiting to confirm. A couple of people from Beat Source. Just a lot of good people. And I don't really want it to always be like just about the big names. Oh, I got this guy and I got this guy. I also want to bring on some smaller tier people that just have something. Show is about waking up. It's about kind of a rebirth. So it's not just going to be about, hey, oh my God, this amazing person is on the stream. I think anybody that I bring on is going to be amazing. So that's how I look at it. There's no such thing as like, oh, this guy is like truly amazing. Well, this guy, no, it's like, no, this guy's just more popular, but they're still on the same level. They're still human beings. So that's how I want to see. T-Bab's in the house. Lady Trice, good to see you. Good to see you. Mojave in the house. Good man. Good to see you, man. Let's see what else we got here. Who else we got? A lot of people on the stream today. I appreciate you guys. You know, it's always nice to see people on the stream when I'm not bringing on like the super people, because that shows that you actually have an interest in the stream specifically. So I appreciate you. What do we got here? JJ 1-1. What is going on? Yeah, that's why I say it here so nobody can remember it. J-Mix in the house. Who else we got? And then we'll start talking here. I want to get everybody I can. Andrew McLeod, or is that McLeod? I'll get it. Vinyl Burns, good to see you. All right. Dreek, another Belgium. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out today. All the Germans in the house, all the Belgians. We got some Toronto people. Typically speaking, if we go a little longer, we always end up with some Tri people. They always pop in too. J Mix, if I'm hitting you twice, my apology. DJ Dre 287, good to see you. John P says he does not DJ. Okay, that is okay. DJ Greatness, Illamax, good to see you on the YouTube side. Yeah, I'm in California. Did I say something that was weird? All right, we got Andy Mack from Aylesbury, England. Good to see you, man. Andy Mack, that was my daughter's favorite TV show for the longest time. I'm sure you get that, right? You know, Andy Mack. Nothing I can do about glitches. Sorry. My son is saying he's getting glitches. Are you getting glitches? We've been having a little bit of issue. I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off, which might kill me. So let's I'm just going to not reset the Wi-Fi, but I'm just going to move it over. So sit tight for half a second while I do this. The only reason why I'm going to play this little thing right here is because, well, when I turn off my Wi-Fi, if it kills the stream will remain on, and I don't want you guys looking at nothing. So sit tight for half a second while I do that. Here, you can watch an old Sesame Street Rob Swift video that I still have stuck in here.
What's up? This is DJ Rob Swift. You're at Scratch DJ Academy in New York City, and we're going to teach you about forward and backward.
Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward.
All right, so I think we're good. That's the joy of always have something that you can run to in case you need to do some stuff. So I think that's the first thing. So anybody who's streaming, whatever you're using, OBS, for instance, for now I'm using, even though I don't need to today, but I'm using StreamYards. So StreamYards, OBS, Streamlabs, any of those things that you're using, always, and I mean always, have something that you can go to in the case some stuff goes down. That is key. That will save your absolute life. For instance, like I have there. So make sure you guys have that. And let me just pop. said. Northwest Audio Event DJs, Happy New Year. Reliver, I think that's what it says. Diesel, again. Ratbone. Yeah, no, not the ATEM. Definitely not the ATEM. I'm not even streaming directly from the ATEM because people always like to, try to throw salt on the ATEM, but the ATEM is dope. No, I'm not streaming. I'm actually streaming into StreamYard. Technically speaking, I did not need to use StreamYard today, but it's very convenient for the show. So yeah, there's that. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about, if you guys have any questions specifically about tech. Today is the show to do it. I'm trying to keep one show a week that's really geared towards like answering questions in tech. Because when I bring on guests, as you guys all know, I'm pretty much unable to answer anybody's questions. So this is the show that we definitely want to do that on. Let me just turn on monetization on my studio. By the way, for the 26 people that are currently on YouTube, you guys know what you need to do. You need to head over to Twitch because that's where we want to support the channel by watching on Twitch. So make sure you do that for me. I don't ask for much. I don't think I ask for much. But the only thing I do ask for is that you guys support me in any way you can. And the easiest way is to make sure you watch on the Twitch channel. As I said before, this channel is going to be 100% on Twitch, probably within the month. I was hoping that it was going to be a little sooner. Didn't happen that way, so probably within the month we're going to end up there. But again, Izzy. I just watched my stream just click out. Yeah, I don't know why it's glitching, but we're gonna roll with it. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now, but I gotta let it go. If it's getting better, that's a good sign. Yeah, because from my end, I'm not seeing anything different. So I'm going to pin this one on. My data looks good. I'm getting 17 up right now. So my data looks good. Although, to be fair, all the kids are up right now. And that's always something that we face for whatever reason when we're here in the morning. Sometimes when the kids are up, but they're not doing school. They're just up. My daughter's probably streaming something on her iPad and her computer. My wife's probably in bed on Instagram, and my son is, I don't know, looking at prawn. I can't answer everything. Oh, okay. So, if we have any question, yeah, Ratbone said same thing is happening. So, we're gonna say it could be just a Twitch thing, 100% a Twitch thing. It does happen. It's one of those things where you kind of can't really complain because it's free. So if Twitch has some problems every now and again, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, let's see what we have here. All right, no questions. Oh, here we go. Okay. Camera keeps kicking off. That's probably what he asked because I'm seeing that. For whatever reason, it is. But T Diesel says, so far, do you think the DJ program could be a viable option to use over Serato or Rekordbox? Okay, this is a very, very good question. Now, for a lot of people that don't know, I should probably clarify right now. I am doing... down a little bit here. Okay. That's better. I am streaming my DJ sets or any testing for the time being, phone's ringing. For the time being, I'm streaming those on the Check12 Entertainment site. So the Check12 Entertainment Twitch is where I'm doing all my audio streaming. That's at least until I make partner. After that, I'll probably go back to streaming on this channel, but the numbers are way too close to really mess with right now. So I'm only streaming off of there. And because, you know, sometimes when you're streaming that type of stuff, you don't really know what you're doing with the program. People like to look and go, oh, that's all he's doing, and then get off. Okay. So I'm putting all those on the Check12 site, and mods, throw that in the chat, please. And but as far as DJ is concerned, I am super impressed with DJ. Super impressed. And if anybody were on yesterday, I spent about an hour and a half just DJing strictly off of that. It's really, really an impressive piece of software. It obviously takes a little bit of it's a little bit, not a learning curve, but just they do things slightly different than like Serato and Rekordbox and Virtual DJ do. I would put DJ in between Virtual DJ and Rekordbox as far as if you were to smash two pieces of software together. I didn't have any glitches. It was flawless yesterday the whole time. I don't know. Maybe I'll even bring it. Can I bring it up? I can bring it up. Actually, I can't. But the issue that I had yesterday is that, well, it doesn't retain any of my cue points. Any of them. Now, I believe that, I forget, there's a guy in here, I can't think of his name right now, but there's a guy in here that does a cue syncing. So he's got a whole big platform where he does, you know, like Rekordbox to Serato and Serato Rekordbox, and I think he's got one that goes Serato to DJ. Because when I didn't have my cue points, it severely limited what I was able to do. But still, it has the Neural Mix engine based in it, which is really, really cool. Very similar to Virtual DJ. Although I will say, for whatever reason, the way they have their setup, I think is a little cleaner, a little easier to use. Hard to explain, but like, so let's say for instance, this was your Neural Mix. On the top part, you have the ability to mute out each thing. So drums, music, bass line, vocals. And then on the bottom one, you have kind of an isolator where it's just like, only play drums and vocals, or only play this, only play that. So it makes it a little easier that way, because I find typically if you just strip out, if you only do vocals and drums, it's typically super clean, what the Neural Mix is doing. But anything besides that, if you only do Vox, if you only do drums, it doesn't sound as clean. So but it's really, really cool. I will be using it again. I think today I have to record a couple of videos today, so I'm a little limited in time. But I think I'll get back on, and but I like it. I like it a lot, honestly. Tech9 says, any hints on new gear? I will say this: there's definitely new gear coming. 100% new gear coming. 100% not an evolution of a product. So that's all I can say. The ELO Show says, have you heard or played around with the Mevo Start? I have not played with it. I've seen it. It seems okay. I believe the Mevo is the one that tracks you, right? Like it can give you multiple angles without doing anything, which is cool. That's cool. But no, I have not used it. Okay. Damages says, what do you think of mirrorless cameras for streaming? I think every camera I use is a mirrorless camera, so I think they're fine. I love my mirrorless cameras, but Every single one of them is a mirrorless camera. I'm like, thought I was losing my mind for a minute. So I have 3 cameras that run. I got my straight ahead. That is my Panasonic G9 mirrorless camera. I have my overhead, which is a Panasonic G7 that needs to be balanced a little better. G7, that's right above me. And normally speaking, I have this guy, which is blank right now, and that is my well, it's not mine. It's a loaner, but it's the BMC 4K, which is also a mirrorless camera that I have shooting this way kind of at the turntables. My son needed the stand, which reminds me I have to buy another stand because he was streaming last night. But instead of telling me or asking me or bringing it back, he just decides to keep everything in his room. So I get to my stream, start streaming, go to pick a camera and realize there's no camera there. He wants to be on the show to be interviewed, by the way. I think I'm going to interview him soon. So, I love mirrorless cameras. The reason that mirrorless cameras are very, very good is because, well, you are not at the mercy, typically, of the device you're using, because you can modify the light source coming in. Now, if you knew what was in this room right now, you'd know that even right now, it's pretty dark in this room. But I have a 1.7 speed rated lens on this side, and this is a 2.8, so it's gathering a lot of light. If you are using a GoPro or even an iPhone or even a webcam, you're at the mercy of whatever fixed aperture, whatever fixed ISO, even though ISO is definitely relative and so is the aperture, but in reality, I'm not trying to get too nerdy on you, but aperture basically is the amount of light that's coming into your sensor, and then the ISO is basically the gain. Think of it like an audio gain, okay? So when you have a camera that has like, a aperture of 1.8, that means it's pulling in a whole bunch of light into the sensor, okay? Then once you reach the maximum amount of light that your camera can actually pull in, the camera will compensate by increasing the ISO, okay? So you have a native ISO on every device you use. And that native ISO could be 200 or 400. That means like at an optimum conditions, this is the best your camera will ever look. Maybe it's like, even though you may have a 1.8 speed rated lens, maybe it's like 2.4 and ISO 400. And that means that is the best possible look your camera will ever look. The maximum amount of lighting and the best speed. Here's the problem. When you have a camera that has, say, 1.8, 2.8, 3.5, once you get to that limit where the light is all that can come in, your ISO is going to adjust itself, or you're going to adjust your ISO to allow for more light. Essentially, you are turning up the gain on your mixer, okay? And think about it. Think about like at your perfect ISO, maybe you're sitting at like the top of the green, okay? And then you up your gain, and now you are in the orange, you up a little more, now you're creeping into the red, okay? So that's like the maximum you can do. Now, once you go a little more, what do you get? You get distortion, okay? You get clipping. Same thing happens for cameras. So you have to make sure that you find you have the right balance here, okay? So with a webcam, with even a GoPro, you are limited to whatever was built into the device. I can compensate for the most part because let's say I have a camera with a speed rating of 2.8 for the aperture. I can buy a faster lens. Maybe it's a 1.7. Maybe it's a 0.95. I have a 0.95 over there. So there's a lot of different options for what you want to do, you know, and it affects your ability for your depth of field, which we're not even going to talk about right now. That's super nerdy. But there's a lot of things that are good about using mirrorless cameras, using DSLRs. There's a lot of good things about them, but they're pricey. Okay. And the more you get, I mean, my Panasonic line, I probably have 10 lenses, okay, ranging from super shallow to super long, super fast. This is my favorite lens that I use right now. This is the Panasonic Lumix Leica 10-25 1.7. This lens never leaves my G9 body, ever. It is my favorite lens. So yeah. But then I have like the 2.8. There's so many options out there. So what do I think about mirrorless camera? In a super long answer, I like them a lot. By the way, I am hydrating because I see the hydrate on there, but I will tell you this. I do not follow channel points on the Wake Up Show. Only when I'm DJing. I always forget to turn it off. Anyway, okay. Neely Willie, thank you for that subscription. You subscribed again. Subscribe for 6 months at tier 1. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out on the stream today. For the follow, we got Jay Turns with the follow. Thank you so much. We got Fidel Pina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you guys for the follow. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's see here. DJ Special J says, when you do the interviews, are you using Zoom for the guests? No. Somebody throw my StreamYards / Restream video up here. It would be in my streaming playlist on YouTube. No, I am using a program called StreamYards. It handles absolutely everything. So make sure you, if anybody can do that, throw that in. DJ Flav, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Chris Vader, good to see you, girl. Chris Vader says, did you purchase the S11? It depends on how you look at it. Did I physically give Pioneer money? No. Did I physically send back the mixer? No. Am I supposed to send it back? Yeah. But it's still on reserve. I'm still using it. I'm still testing. I like to make the joke because if you looked at Mojax's wrap up, his 2020 wrap up, he said something when he was using the CDJ 3000, and he said, it works great, but there are some things that I know that are going to be coming up in the future, and I think this is going to be a long-term review of this product. See, that's tech talk. That's tech talk for, I'm not giving these back for a long time. So you keep sending me updates. I will keep creating videos to support the updates, and we are all one big happy family. That's my trick. And look, I think I'm the most honest out of all the people to be for real with you guys, because every tech YouTuber that I ever talked to, they're like, "What do you mean you gave it back?" Like, yeah, they sent me a product and then I sent it back. What do you mean? I never sent my products back. So there is a line that you have to be willing to cross when you're doing it. And there are some things that I'm like, I'm not giving it back. The S11 is one of those things. Like, I'm not giving it back. I will just keep on holding it until somebody forgets. Now, again, if they forced me to give it back and I had to pull out my Rain 70, I'd be completely okay with it. But I'm not giving it back. I'm not giving it back. They're going to have to physically come to my place of residence. But good to see you, Chris Vader. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Who else we got here? Yeah, Flav says ATEM works great. It does. I have to do one video on one more product that works really, really well. I am DJ Trey Pound. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Let me grab it so you guys can see what it is. I might have showed you guys before, but I will show you one more time. Let's see how long this is. I was almost fast enough for that transition. Okay, so let me take this guy out. Okay, so sorry, I'm unplugging it. Okay, all right, so this guy right here, and I have no place to actually put it. So I'm gonna set it right here. This is the Live Pro L1, and I have a video coming out about it. I just haven't done it yet. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the Live Pro L1, and it's a really, really cool switcher. It's very similar to the ATEM, but there's a couple of differences. This one was really designed. See if I can bring myself up. There we go. This one was really designed to be used in the box. What I mean by that is, with the ATEM, you really can't. I mean, you can work it, you can use it without the software, but it works a lot better with the software on your computer. So this one is designed to be a little more. What's cool about this one versus the ATEM, and this is more like the ATEM Mini, not the Pro, because although it has Ethernet, USB out, and your standard 4 HDMIs, and then your one HDMI output, there's no ability to stream directly from this box. So it's only like the ATEM Mini, and it's priced accordingly. The good thing about this one is, although you do have your standard buttons, and they feel good, this is an actual screen. And I'm not plugging it in right now, so I can't really show you. But this will actually show you all 4 screens. And that's one thing that the ATEM is missing, which means that you always need some form of a screen in front of you to be able to see what's going on, to be able to see if a particular channel is active. Like, for instance, perfect example, when I decided to go to the BMC on HDMI 4, had I been using this guy, I would have saw that there was no data coming into 4. But like I said before, this one is more designed for using it like without needing another thing. So I'm going to be doing a review on this. It's very, very cool. I use it like twice. The most important thing that I like about it is, actually I've used it 4 times. I used it on a couple of the father and son streams, and another stream. But what's cool about this is first off, the picture-in-picture. So when you go to the default picture-in-pictures for the ATEM, this is what it gives you. See that stupid little ass box right there? That's all it gives you. If I switch, I can move them around. Okay. But by default, that's the biggest it'll get you. If you want to make them bigger, you have to literally go in and then adjust the parameters of your floating key. So I can go to my floating key and just increase the size, like so. The cool thing is, it does remember where it is until you hit that box again. So for something like this, you'd want to save it. because I can turn it off, turn it back on, and it will remember exactly where that is. The problem is, if I hit one of the floating keys where I say I move it, it resets it. So you have to save them in there. On this box, on the L1, from what I gathered, it appears that it remembers based upon the channel, because that's one of those things you have to get used to with the ATEM. So if you're trying to do something manual, and I don't have a macro already built in for it, and I bring up this box right here. Got it? Now, if I go to a different HDMI input, let's say for instance, the DeX, as you notice, the picture-in-picture goes away. Okay, not a big deal. If I go back to me, picture-in-picture is gone. I have to turn it back on again. On this guy, it appears that it retains that. So once I set a picture-in-picture on a specific channel, no matter where I go, in or out of it, it's going to keep remembering that, oh, I wanted that picture-in-picture there. So that's a cool little feature. So I'm going to be doing a review on this one soon. It's smaller than the ATEM. It's a little deeper, but it's definitely smaller. It still requires a power source. There's no, USB powered devices out there for something like this. But yeah, it's cool. It has audio inputs, audio outputs, which is actually something that the ATEM doesn't have. This actually has a headphone jack right there. So for me, in order to monitor my sound on the ATEM, I have to run, no lie, an HDMI to HDMI converter on the output bus. You're not gonna be able to see that. Yeah. So it's a small little HDMI box that takes the HDMI output of the ATEM and then repeats it back to the screen. And then there's just two little RCA outputs that I now have an RCA out that goes into a headphone jack for my headphones. So I can hear what's really playing. Because that's the one thing, because you can't have a real-time monitor. So why do I need that little adapter? Because I'm sure that's the next question, next obvious question. It's because, okay, you guys ready for this? Here we go. So it's like, even if you're not ready, we're still doing it. So anytime, and I guess we're right back to cameras and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys are all streaming, so this is probably something you'll want to know. So anytime you use an HDMI out, there is a native delay, okay, on any product. So the HDMI comes from your camera and goes in here. Now, if your audio source is one and the same, meaning the camera HDMI, maybe I have a little lapel mic that's feeding directly into the camera. There's no delay because the delay is happening after it goes into the HDMI out. But if you're using like a splitter, depending on your audio source, and I have multiple audio sources, I have my Rode wireless microphone right here, which I use for all my videos when I'm doing my hands-free videos. And that is plugged directly into the camera. Okay, so this is always on there. So anytime I'm doing my videos, I just pop it on. When I'm streaming, all the cameras feed into the ATEM, and I will show you exactly what it looks like. If I can. I never make any promises. Okay. Okay. So this is how the ATEM looks right off the bat. And let me just kill my banner here. Okay. So this is what it looks like right off the bat. And the pop-ups are probably not going to work, but that's okay. So you got your cams. It switches the cams. And this is all done via just, a mouse and just clicking over. Now you can take your on air, which shows you my wake up in Cleveland. Take it off. Again, same concept. So all of these things are being controlled. You got your upstream key, which is basically the camera. So when I bring on which you can't see right now, when I bring on the floating key, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see that. Okay, so we're not gonna do that part. But basically, in your audio source, here's my audio sources here. Right here, you have a microphone delay. Right here. This is your microphone delay. Can I make this bigger? Okay. So you have your microphone delay. Now, I have my audio set to 6 frames, a 6-frame delay. So meaning every 6 frames, I'm out of sync 6 frames. So I have those audio synced, and I found that to be probably the best situation for me. But but there's a lot of stuff, that goes into this program. Now, again, these are all my overlays and things like that. There's a lot of things that you need to know. It's not a program that you just turn on and go, okay, I'm good, let's go. You actually need to learn how to use the program. Once you learn it, then it's easy. Like, I can manually adjust things on the fly left and right now. Like, I'm good with that. But it is a production value switcher. And that's the thing that you need to understand. You really need to read the manual and learn how to use stuff. Because once you start getting into like macros and using things like Companion and a Stream Deck. I got a Stream Deck sitting right here. So once you learn how to do all of those things, the sky is the limit on what you can do. But it's not something that's easy. And you got to make backups. Okay. Let's go back to... All right. Now I can claim that I'm catching up here, but I know that I'm not. Russell Fowler, thank you so much. If you're still here, appreciate that. Okay. Throwback says, seriously considering picking up some used gear. I'm an SX3 user, but I'd like to pick up some turntable skills. Vacillating. It's early. Vacillating between, and you're using big words with these people. You're going to confuse some people. Vacillating between the rain setup phase and DVS starting from scratch. Excuse the pun. So you don't have anything. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Coming from an SX3, there's absolutely nothing deck-wise that is going to feel natural to you besides, the crossfader. So, technically speaking, anything you get, whether it be the 12s or whether it be some techniques or the PLXs or the Audio Technicas, any of those things you get, it's going to feel completely new to you anyway. I will probably say that the simplest transition for you would be to get the 12s or like the phases. Okay, you can still get your turntable in without the concern over needles and like that kind of stuff. If you really want to learn, then you just go out and bite the bullet and buy some turntables. With the ability to play vinyl. Even if you don't play vinyl, just the ability to play vinyl is important. Okay. I know some people have this kind of mixed emotion about that because people want to say that vinyl is dead. I don't really care what people say. It's not dead to me. It's not dead to a lot of people that still use vinyl. So the fact that if you get some PLXs or some techniques or the reloops, any turntable thing. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm actually trying to get the reloops sent to me to review, the 8000s, the RP 8000s. But if vinyl at any point is valuable to you, then you should not hesitate to get actual turntables. If you know for a fact you're never going to play a piece of vinyl and you just don't care about that, then the 12s are a good fit. Okay? That's what I would say. But there's nothing wrong with the phase. There's nothing wrong with it. And phase and DVS, but don't remember, phase is switching over. Phase is going to have a USB option. It's going to go HID mode. So if it goes HID mode, you are literally using a 12. You know? So you could probably wait a little bit. We know that phase is coming out with their HID mode soon. So that should be something that you should be looking out for. Again, January is the month. If you wanted to wait for something to come out, if you wanted to make sure that you were getting exactly what you wanted, I would recommend waiting just through January. I've said this in my video, but I'll say it again. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we are skipping to the bottom, and now we are moving back up. Okay, that's okay. Hide current comment. Oh, that's new. That wasn't there before. Okay. Yeah, DJ Throwback says vinyl is valuable to me. Yes, exactly. I am DJ Trey Pound. Okay, he's talking to somebody else. That's fine. Russell Fowler says, I played. See, this is what I'm saying. So for some people, it can be a novelty. Wow, look at that guy use vinyl and actually play with the needles and everything. So, you know, there's always a play for it. It's just one of those things where if you already have turntables, I can never, if I did not have turntables, I think that would be the main question. If I didn't have turntables, would I go and get turntables or get 12s if I was just starting out? For most people, I think you're probably okay with getting the 12s. But for me, like I said, it's the backup factor. It's the knowing that if some stuff goes down, I can go right over here, grab a record, drop it on, and I'm still playing music. There's just something about that is important. And, you know, there's something very freeing about using vinyl. You just can't, you can't. Vinyl tests your ability to DJ more so than anything on the planet. A lot of people think they're DJs. And yes, rock crowds. I'm so tired of hearing about the whole rock crowds thing. If you rock crowd, you're a DJ. I'm not talking about that. Any DJ worth his salt should be able to do that. But using vinyl, using turntables and vinyl really separates the men from the boys. And because there's just something about playing with vinyl. You have to be softer. You have to understand your music. You have to know when to get in and out. Audio, where'd you go? You cannot make mistakes with, you can't make mistakes with like your transition. If you're not starting this track on the proper place, on the right beat, you're going to completely miss your window. It's not like this where I can just hit a cue point and start over again. Like you miss your window, you have to wait for that next verse. Or if you miss that bridge, you better be creative in how you get out of it because that bridge isn't coming back. You know, so understanding your music, making sure that when you throw that record, it doesn't skip. That's really, really important. Damages with the 4-month subscription. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Okay. But party all night, DJ loves the Denon Prime. Denon Primes are dope. I got nothing against the Denon Primes. Honestly, they're supposed to be sending me another Denon Prime so I could test some more stuff, but manufacturers are manufacturers, and sometimes it just doesn't work. DJ Sis, I think that's Sis, Sice, Kiss, maybe it's Kiss. Hey, thank you so much. Northwest Audio says, that's a fantastic question. So I assume above this is the right question. I'm also trying to decide between the Rain 12 and say a reloop setup. Don't think of it like you have to buy, it's not a suit, you know? So you don't have to buy the same jacket and make sure you get the pants. You can mix and match. So don't worry about that, because trust me when I tell you, there are mixing and matching is going to give you all the right things. And there's nothing about the Rain 70 or 72 that can't be done with the S11. Okay. The USBs are all there. So I'm using it right now. It works just fine in DVS and in HID mode. Jorge Blanco, would I say the ATEM is better than using OBS? No, I would not say that. I would say it's a different thing. Okay, so in order to get the same quality out of OBS that I get out of my ATEM by default, I'm talking picture quality, I'm talking resolution, I'm talking optimization with the internet. In order to get that in a PC, I would have to buy probably a $2,000 computer in order to run OBS like I run the ATEM. I'm not talking about all the things that it can do. I'm not talking about emote walls or any of that stuff. I'm just saying to get the picture quality that comes out of here. So for me, it doesn't make sense. And also because I use the ATEM, this is the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. I use this thing every day when I'm recording videos. And now that it's in my workflow, I can't get rid of it. They were like, can you send it back? No, that's another one. If something is in my workflow, you're not getting it back. I think that's kind of the point that I'm making here. You are not getting it back if I have incorporated it into my workflow. If not, I'm like, sure, here you go. But if I use it on a daily, we need to work out a deal. We need to work out a way that I can keep this. So figure it out. I will do what you need me to do. So with the ATEM, I have to make some videos. That's it. I'm okay with that because I stand by the product because it works. And my ability to record 4 simultaneous streams and then pull that in and just do a quick edit cannot be matched. Cannot be matched. So I am never letting that thing go. Now the downside is it is 1080p and not 4K. But in all honesty, I don't care. Most people aren't watching in 4K anyway. And I can always upscale it to 4K. It is what it is, but I'm not leaving it. But I would not say the ATEM is better. It's just different. If you're looking for just a clean production line, with very little, you can do a lot of cool things with it, but in order to do those cool things, you have to program it. You have to create macros to do it, or use Companion to make that happen. With OBS, it's a lot more in your face. You know, I want an emote wall. Oh, I want to put a picture right here. I can put a picture right here, and I'm gonna take this picture and I'm gonna green screen it so that way it shows just what I want in that thing. Like, one of the coolest things that OBS does is its filters. The filter effects are amazing. I can put something on my screen and it doesn't have to be green screen. It can be, a blue background, and I can go in there and say, take out the blue background, and it'll show up on my screen. Meanwhile, I can have another filter that is for my green screen, and it can pull out all the stuff too. It's little stuff like that that you can't get with an ATEM. I can program all of my videos. Like if I have videos and clips that I want to use, I can program those to scenes. Can't do that with the ATEM without writing a program, or running a macro. So it's not the same, but quality of picture is very important to me, and the compression of the actual device makes it a must-have for people that are, internet challenged, even though I'm not. But still, I know that I can get an amazing stream off of like 5 megabits or 6 megabits up, and OBS would take 7 to 8 to 9. That's it. Okay. Let me go back up here. DJ Reese, thank you for the bits. Graffiti, thanks for the follow. First Choice, thank you for the follow. Dean, you demand, thank you for the follow. Yo, Adrian, thank you for the follow. And Damages, again, I already said it, but thank you for the sub. No, I'm just being honest. That you're right. You're right. That would be a great shirt. I'm not giving it back. I like it. Okay. This is a good question. Deafman says, if they make you give back the S11, would you buy it? The short answer is no. The long answer is no, because I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a mixer right now. There's way too many things that I have to focus my money on than buying a mixer when I have perfectly good mixers here. Now, I guess more importantly, the question would be, would I sell my Rane 70 and then use it for the S11? Yeah, there's potential for that. But if they were like, give it back, and then I give it back, I wouldn't buy another mixer right now. It's not, for me, it's not the right time. Only for me. Exactly. Yeah, and people have been known to forget. Okay, let's see here. They gotta find me first. They gotta catch me. Okay, let's see what else we got. I am not on borrowed time. DJ Mighty Rel in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. Oh, DJ Avera in the house. Hey, make sure you follow Avera. She's dope. I believe you. Darth Vader in the house. What's going on, fam? Yeah, Darth Vader is going to be doing a movie show, and I'm going to be on that show. I forget what it is now. There's so many people. Oh man, I am so behind on the chat. You know what? I am so behind on the chat that I used to have. Oh, it's not on this one. I used to have a actual banner that said, "I'm behind on the chat. I know I am." Okay, so let's drop down to the bottom and we'll jump back up again. Okay. Chili says, what do you think about using a controller for a mixer? I don't like it. There's only one mixer, which I believe is, I think the Roland, what is that, 707? 707M, because it has a small footprint. Every other controller takes up too much space. And as a DJ, you need to be close to everything. Everything needs to be where it needs to be. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. If that's your only option, okay, is what it is. But if you can, get yourself a nice little 2-channel mixer. It'll help with your DJing, and stuff like your scratching. If you're not scratching, it doesn't matter. You can use a controller. But if you are scratching or any type of juggling, anything like that, it's going to be too big for you. You're too big for me. Okay. DJ One says, I have the Blackmagic ATEM Production Studio K. I don't see why not. You're still using the ATEM software, which still has the outputs, which allows you to stream to everything. So you might have to custom make your output, but I guarantee you, I don't have a special version of the ATEM software control. So you just need to affect your output. So I can't show you my output because it's got my stream key in there. But yeah, it should just be under your output. You should be fine. Okay. What else we got here? 11:13. All right, we're gonna go. Jason Jedi in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out today. Make sure you follow Jason Jedi's channel. He's been pushing out a lot of different content, and his thumbnails are fire. So if I take your thumbnail design, don't be mad at me, okay? Because I was like, okay, I see what you're doing there. those are some great thumbnails. But follow Jason Jedi on his channel. Jason, if you got it, throw it in the chat. What your channel is, and I will put it in. Okay. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions of note. Well, yeah, of course. That's always the case. In anything. Like, I was gonna do a green screen over the holiday. I had my elf suit, and then I realized that my green screen was green, so couldn't really do it. Yeah, you have to make sure that you have good separation. But like, say for instance, sometimes I green screen this shirt, okay? Because if you look around, there's no green, so it makes it really, really, really simple. Okay. Yeah, Neely Willie says 4K is going to take years. Exactly. And it's not just that 4K is going to take years. I mean, we watch 4K on all of our TVs, but in reality, most people don't watch YouTube or Twitch on their TVs. I have a YouTube app on my Apple TV. I rarely ever run it through there. Okay, I'll use my iPad or my phone. So it doesn't matter if I'm shooting at 4K if nobody's looking at it at 4K. I'm just wasting space. And so I'm okay with it for now. I know that, but again, what I have been doing lately is I've been shooting in 1080p and then bringing it onto a 4K timeline and then exporting it out to 4K. So I'm not using any more space, but for whatever reason, YouTube just seems to do better with a 4K video versus a 1080p video. I don't know why, but there's actually a science behind it. Okay. Yeah, the reason why the ATEM can't handle webcams is because there's no USB. So you have to have HDMI. Webcams are USB. Hence the name. Russell says OBS is still buggy. Yeah, it can be. It definitely can be. OBS, Streamlabs. I started using Streamlabs a couple of streams ago, and it's been much better than it was in March and April when they came out with their beta. So I used to say don't touch Streamlabs, but now Streamlabs is fine. Okay. It won't matter anyway. I can't do Twitch in 4K anyway. You have to be. Do partners get 4K? I'm not even sure partners get 4K. I think partners get 4K. I'm not a partner though. Yeah, Jorge Blanco. See, that's what I just built. Ryzen 9, 16 core, 64 gigs of RAM. Yeah, that's a beast. This is a beast. But you're essentially buying a production computer, and that's fine. If that's your thing. But I'm good. SMC, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Damages. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that anytime I live stream my DJ sets, I go straight out of the ATEM Mini Pro. Don't use the only again, knocking out my video. I'll figure out what that is. I did put the ATEM software on my other MacBook. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. Anyway, so yeah, I run directly, and it's so cool to be able to hit on air and then you're just streaming. Like, that's really, really cool. But yeah, no computer needed. No second computer. All right, DJ Reese says, I am thinking of taking turntable setups to all gigs in future. Do you recommend taking turntables to mobile gigs, parties, weddings? This is a very good question. And I'm gonna say two different answers for the same question. If I have a roadie, like I'm Jason Jedi, right? And I got somebody that sets up all my stuff, and then I walk in and I can choose what I want to use to DJ. I'm bringing turntables, I'm bringing my S11, I'm bringing everything. If I'm doing it myself, no, I'm bringing a controller. Now, I spent a great deal of time with all of my systems in flight cases and bringing those things to every single event. It got to a point for me, not everybody, but for me, where if I was running into things where I needed to get sound up immediately, or I'm doing a wedding and I have to move my controller from one place to the next, or my hardware, it was far more convenient to bring a controller. Now, are there times when I bring my decks? Yes. Big parties, 250, 300 people parties, I typically bring my decks. Or if I have a roadie. But if I'm doing a backyard party, and they've paid me a certain amount and that's all they've paid me, you're not getting full setups out of me. I'm bringing my DDJ 1000, which I can rock a party just fine with. I mean, I've rocked a party with my Denon Prime Go, so I wouldn't think about it too much. There's a certain type of glitch that goes with using your turntables and a mixer. When people see it, they just sit in amazement. So I know that that's a piece, but I'm good. I say do whatever your back will allow. Because my back. Oh, and look, this was before the flight cases. I used to have my entire setup in a coffin. One coffin, because it was easier to roll that thing around. That was before, dolly carts and things like that. Talk about putting up a turntable coffin on a table. That was killing my back. But you only needed an X piece, and you could run it on anything. Now, with flight cases, now you have to bring a table, and you got to set the table up, and you got to put each thing on, and you got to plug everything in. It's a lot more work than literally putting your controller down, opening up the flight case, and plugging in. I mean, on my DDJ 1000, everything's wired in the box. So I literally open up my 1000, slide it forward, put my computer on, and then just plug in my power and my USB, all into just the wires that are pre-built in, and turn it on. Super easy, super convenient, hard to get away from that. Now, here, yeah, I'm using this. Now, obviously though, but in the future, there may be some options. There may be some options that change things. We'll see. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Mike Feliciano, we're all on the same thing. Full disclosure, I do have FaZe coming on at some point in the near future. And so that should tell you that it should be ready soon. Because FaZe won't come on until it's ready. So if you see me say FaZe DJ will be on the stream on this day, know that means it's coming out. Okay. I don't know why my stream keeps clicking out at me. Okay, let's see. All right. Russell says, I am a video DJ, switched from Mac to PC, and yet to get my setup working flawlessly, I think my collection is too big for Serato. Serato video lags like crazy. I haven't found that issue. I don't know how big your collection is, but I think I'm sitting on, with video, probably 125, 150 gigs, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. But I don't know how big yours is. The ELO show. Have you watched Bart's last YouTube on vinyl? He upset a lot of DJs. I did watch it. I didn't watch the one about fake DJ on Virtual DJ yet, but I did watch the previous one. I texted him right when I saw the video. I'm like, yo, man, you trying to piss people off? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, we'll just wait. We'll just wait and see. Because I've been there. I have been there. But yeah, look, the man is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that's getting clicks. So the more controversial you are, the more clicks you're gonna get. And that's just the game we play. That's the game we play. Let's see here. Okay, I think I can drop down now. All right. I have to be real. Princess Bride, I think that's where I was, because it will reset itself, just like it just did. Diamond Lee in the house. Good morning, fam. Jesus, stop moving so fast. Yeah, he is a character. You know, I mean, he really is. He knows how to run his game effectively. You know, he's actually much better at that than I am, because you know, I consider Bar a friend, but yeah, he's got his way, you know, and it works for him. Works really, really well. I mean, he doesn't have the numbers he has just because of his, you know, good looks. Okay. Serato on PC didn't work for me. So, Loco Lopez. I'm actually getting a PC sent to me specifically for Serato testing. So that's going to be really interesting. I have not DJ'd on a PC. Period. So this is going to be very, very new to me. But yeah, I'm working on that. That should be coming in the next couple of weeks. I thought it was coming before the holidays, but it didn't. So yeah, it'll be coming soon. And then we'll be testing Serato on a PC and let's see what happens. Specifically because I think that the thing about the Mac, for me anyway, is I know that I can run 400 things in the background and Serato doesn't blink an eye. I remember on PC knowing all the rules and make sure you do this and make sure you do that. I'm not sure that's still happening. I mean, the processors are so strong now. I have a hard time believing that's still an issue, but it might be. We'll see. Okay. DJ Paris Paul in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. Yep, exactly. Paris hit it. You know, everything's fine when you first get there, but when you're ready to go, you don't want to break down that thing, and it's convenient. Yeah. Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Mr. Soul Fabulous, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. DJ Dre says, hey, CT, I use the SX3 and I have a Yamaha MG10 XU. I have one of those too. This will allow me to have even better sound and also allows me to use a playlist from my iPad or iPhone in the event my deck goes down momentarily. Oh, you're talking about like live DJing. Yeah, look, I'm not saying there aren't ways to create backups, okay? You can always plug your phone in. If for instance, your mixer goes down, you can always just DJ from within the Mac or the PC box. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if for whatever reason you lose your computer, it's a lot easier to be able to just go, let me while I'm booting up, let me just, turn my phone on or whatever, grab a record, and you can still be creative with the record. If you're playing it off your phone, it's either a mix or it's a straight song, and which is fine, but sometimes it can affect your floor. It can affect your floor. Also, if you're playing a mix, which a lot of people have mixes, like I have a couple of mixes on mine. If you're playing a mix, there's the potential that you've already played that music and you didn't think you were going to go down, and now you're repeating songs while you reboot. So sometimes just having some records here and there, I'm not saying carry a crate with you, but like, perfect example. Okay, so this is an old school. It's really, really old school, because as you can see, it actually says Scratch Live on it. But in here, let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there are 4 sleeves, double-sided sleeves. So that gives you 8 records. 8 records, plus, if you really want to be creative, you can throw another one in here and on the back side. So let's say you have 10 records. Okay? 10 records, and with vinyl, you're typically not flying through music. So 10 records, maybe you're playing half the song, 2 to 3 minutes. That's 30 minutes. 30 minutes of possible creatively mixing while you figure out what the hell's going on with your stuff. So, but yes, having a phone, having a backup is really, really important. 100% agree with you, which is what I do when I have a controller. I have a backup. But still, isn't it cooler though? If like your stuff goes down, you're like, hold on, crowd. Let me just rock some vinyl real quick. And they don't even know that your computer's dead, but they're impressed that you're still rocking vinyl. So there are some benefits to it. Long Island, New York representing. What's going on? So, like I was saying, this is very, very true, Neely. Can I share with you how close I am to partner? Well, no, I can't. I can. My numbers qualified for partner. They rejected me the first time, and then they said, come back in a couple of days, or actually they said a couple of weeks. So like 3 weeks, and ask. So that was, I don't know. I think I got rejected around the 11th, maybe the 11th, maybe somewhere around there. Anyway, so technically speaking, I could reapply right now, but I'll give it a little more time. I'll take it through probably right through January. Then I'll reapply. They're like, your numbers are fine. We want to make sure that your numbers are consistent, which is why I'm telling people, for instance, right now, there are 92 people on Twitch, but there's 130 people total. So there's almost 40 people, 38 people that are on the YouTube side that could be supporting this stream on the Twitch side. And then I know my number, I would have been approved. I keep seeing my numbers, which are like super high. When I had Melody on last week, I had 130 people on Twitch, which are great in itself. But I had 210 people total. So, it is what it is. Okay. G Fire Productions on the YouTube side said, what are some things I can do to grow my YouTube channel faster? There is no such thing. In all honesty, and I hate to burst your bubble, but everything takes time. It takes time to build a channel. It takes time to build confidence. It takes time for people to trust what you have to say. And people didn't trust me immediately. Because keep in mind, when your numbers are lower and you're trying to throw out some absolute statements or your opinions on it, people naturally say, who the hell is this person and why are they telling me what to do? Okay. So it takes a while for people to go, okay, you know what? He kind of knows what he's saying. You know what? I kind of trust what he's saying. But that doesn't happen immediately. Like, it never does. So for me, the things I can say are, first off, be consistent. Keep producing, make sure you have content, because it's not about when you strike it big. Okay. It's about when people see you, they need to know that this is something you do. So if you have, say, 5 videos, right? 5 videos done over the span of 3 months, 2 months, whatever. If you, for whatever reason, find yourself underneath a searchable a searchable keyword, somebody goes to your stream, looks at it and says, you know what? I kind of like this guy. That was interesting. Let me see what else he's got. And then they click on your name and it brings up your videos. If you only have 3 to 5 videos, you are less likely for people to want to subscribe to you. The more you have, the more people say, wow, you know what? I like what this guy had to say. And oh my God, he has a whole bunch of videos. I'm not going to watch all his videos right now, but I'm going to hit that subscribe so I can watch them later on. It kind of reminds me to watch them. So I've had the benefit of having, one, a lot of videos. Like I said, my first year, at the end of my first year, and I started, say, in September. So September through December of the following year, okay? I had just hit 1,500 subscribers. So a year and a third, okay? Just hit 1,500 subscribers. And I was so happy because at 1,500, you were able to monetize. Now, and that was, well, we are going on the, I think we're going on the, this will be the 4th year. This will be my 4th year on YouTube. But the first 9 months, very little traction. Maybe I would get, 10 subscribers a month. Maybe. And then all of a sudden, I had a couple of videos that got some traction. And then people saw my older videos and they're like, okay, I kind of like what this guy's doing. Let me follow him. Because you have to realize that when you do YouTube, there's a lot of people on YouTube. And there's a lot of people potentially doing the exact same thing that you are doing. So the question is, what sets you apart? What is the reason that they should listen to you over somebody else? And for me, I think my no-nonsense approach was a reason that people gravitated to me for 2 reasons. 1, because they didn't necessarily like what I had to say, and 2, because they did like what I had to say. But I had a combination of both, which is why when I first started at 1,500, that year I went to NAMM, I posted a video on the Rane MK1 and 12s at the NAMM show being set up in a hallway. I still have that video. I could probably play it one day. And that video got so much hate from DJs, so much hate that for a second I was and keep in mind, before that, there was another video that I was getting some hate on. Waiting for my camera to come back on. I'm not getting anything from this. I'm not seeing any real benefits. I'm still just grabbing at straws here to figure out what's going on. And I legitimately was like, screw this. Like, I didn't start this because I started this because I needed a creative outlet. I didn't start this so I could have people talking trash to me all day long. Like, that was stupid because it was that video and then my Beats Solo 3 video. I was just getting so much hate. But then I kept on, and all of a sudden, after that video, I think it might have been Phase came out. No, that was the year after. After that video, I kept posting videos about my thoughts and everything, and then the numbers just started slowly rising. And I stayed true to myself. And that's one thing I will say to anybody out there that's thinking about YouTube. We're 2021, New Year's resolution, be you. And that's what gets me back to you need to know who you are, because your voice matters more than you think. And if you treat your voice like it doesn't matter, so now I have to go, oh, you know what? Nobody wants to hear what I really have to say. Let me just act like Bar. Let me just be a Bar clone. People are going to see right through that. Right through it, and then you are going to be a Bar clone, and that's what you're going to get called. So when I started my videos, I was like, I just need to keep it real and be me. I had tons of people telling me what to do. Tons of people. You should do this. You should do that. If I were you, I would do this. The reason why it's not working is because of this. It started to rise. It's so annoying. That is really annoying. So yeah. So how do you grow your channel faster? I don't know what content you're doing, but I will say this: if you are, like for instance, a tech guy or a gear guy or a DJ guy, try to stay relevant, because you won't have the benefit of doing reviews on older product early on. Because you're not going to get a lot of hits on it to begin with. So try to be relevant. If something's coming out, talk about it. Talk about it then. That way, your topic will be searchable. Searchable is really important. Having realistic search topics will save your day. I grew a lot of mine because I was doing my news stream. Like if I didn't have something big to talk about, and if any product came out, this was before manufacturers would even send me product. If any product came out, I would give my thoughts on it. Now, keep in mind, that's a risk. Anytime you give an opinion about something and you don't have the product in hand, you better know what the hell you're talking about, because people will eat you alive. 100%. I am fortunate enough to be able to really kind of read the manual. I read the manuals. If I don't have a product, I'll go onto their website and pull the manual down and then read it so I can actually talk about something intelligently. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do to stay hungry. Okay. Neely Wheelie asks, do you suggest? Yeah, I keep wanting to reset the stream too, but it's definitely a Twitch thing. Or it could be a whatever thing, but it's not enough to warrant leaving right now since I am at, 11:40. Neely Willie says, do you suggest adding a mobile hotspot device and data plan in case Venue's Wi-Fi or Ethernet fails? I don't trust Venue's Wi-Fi at all. Venue Wi-Fi is spotty at best. So, at a minimum, hold on, let me do this real quick. Maybe I'm stuttering worse now. So I am going to run a banner and then I will answer that question. So sit tight. I'm going to go ahead and refresh myself here. Okay, look, I know you think this is a little weird that we're sitting here talking and I just left and I was in a completely different outfit. Well, that's future me. I'm past me. So what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about while they're setting up for this next guest that's coming on, and I'm sure they're going to be dope, but I want to talk to you a little bit about ways to support the channel. You see, there's a lot of work that goes into this channel, and the only way to keep it going, the only way to keep bringing on new people and upgrading the sets and upgrading the intros is by you supporting me. So there's a couple of ways that you can support me, and I'm not sure that a lot of you know this. If you're new to Twitch, you want to look down right here. There's a little subscribe button. That's the easiest way to support me. It's like $5. It's like buying me a cup of coffee. If we're at the bar, you're buying me a beer. If you're feeling a little more generous, maybe you want to gift somebody a free sub. If you are a Prime member, you can use your Prime membership. You get one per month. You can use that on me. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, if you're sitting there on the YouTube side, you can also hit that membership button right there, or you can give me a super chat. Okay. All right. So I just did a reset, but I'm like I said, it's something to do. There's a miscommunication issue happening definitely with my ATEM or my main camera. Could be the main camera. That has been my baby for the longest time. I love this camera, this G9. And if it does die, because it's been acting a little weird lately, I don't know that I would buy like an A7. I think I might replace the G9 with another G9, or I was waiting on maybe a GH6, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So we'll see. Okay, but back to what I was saying about internet. So yeah, you definitely want to. I wouldn't trust the internet at the venue. Venue's internet is questionable at best. Usually speaking, it'll drop out halfway through your party, because that's just the way hotel internet is. I have found that my phone can act as a hotspot. So I just utilize my phone. I just plug it in and, use it as a hotspot. But having a dedicated hotspot is an option. But I have found that having a dedicated hotspot versus like your cell phone hotspot are pretty much one and the same. I think the way to circumvent all issues, okay, and we did this before quarantine, is to have your cell phone be on one service, okay, and then your hotspot be on another service. So let's say my cell phone is on Verizon. My hotspot we put on AT&T. That way, if you do run into a place where your cell service sucks on Verizon, you go to your AT&T hotspot. You get the best of both worlds. That's what I would do, because if you have the same hotspot and the same cell phone, it's not going to matter. If it's dead on your cell phone, it's dead on your hotspot. There's no way around that. But I think that if anybody gets an iPhone with 5G or one of those things, that's going to be just as good, if not better, than a hotspot anyway. So, I would say just use your cell phone. Okay, what else we got here? Arabian Prince in the house, man. You need a new PC. Hey, we need to talk about that. I'm not against getting a PC, but in this case, that's not what it is. I'm pretty sure it's the camera. But yeah, we definitely, like I said, I know I need to email you back. So we will get that going soon, man. It's very, very soon. Yeah, even clubs that have their separate and secure Wi-Fi, I don't care about security. In all honesty, to be completely honest, but I care about the internet dropping out. That's all I care about, because I'm not on Wi-Fi to stream my, at least in the past, I'm not on Wi-Fi to get all my music downloaded streaming wise. I have all of my music. If I'm at a club, I know for a fact I have every song that I was going to play. This isn't like I'm playing at a bar mitzvah and some kid's like, hey, do you have the new Little Crappy? I might need to download that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is true, but we'll see what happens. Second wave is all relative here. Philip Ton in the house. Good to see you. This is all very true. This is all very true. So, yeah, they only go so far. Dig 'em Smack in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. This is true, but Arabian, I don't. You're talking about streaming, and that's fine. For the most part, the DJs in here are just talking about just their music, like streaming on the download, not the upload. But I agree. Most hotspots uploads are crappy, although depending on where you are, I think that's the key. Because like even on my 4G, when I can get at least 10 up. On my son's 5G, he has the 5G iPhone. I've seen that thing hit ridiculous upload speeds, like 50 MBS, which is insane for a cell phone. Hard to believe. Okay. Let's see here. A couple more minutes. I want to stay on until 12 and see. We got Alpha Music in the house. Alpha Music, good to see you. Jetpack Bags. Good to see you guys. Make sure if you don't already own a Jetpack bag, that you do so, because they're dope. As a matter of fact, so I have many Jetpack bags, and not because they gave them to me, because I actually bought them. But hold on, let me. I'm thinking about doing, if I can get rid of some stuff here. Dig 'em Smack, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you, man. Hold on. was trying to be smooth with that little blend, but the bag got caught on an arm. Okay, so I changed my logo. So I have this bag right here, which got my old logo on it, but I have a new bag with new logo. So I'm considering actually giving this bag out as a gift to somebody. I'm still wondering if I want to. Alpha, is that okay? Can I even do that? Can I gift the bag to somebody with my old logo? Let me know. I don't want to do anything that's against the rules. Yeah. So I'm thinking about giving this bag away. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. But let me know if you're interested. Would anybody even want a bag with my name on it? A jetpack bag? Put it in the comments below. Before I say I want to do something, I should probably find out. So put it in the comments below. Okay. Jesus Christ, that is a speed right there. That's like T1 connections. Like back in the old days, like you could run an apartment building with that thing. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on my Spectrum like, ooh, 20 up, 500 down. Ooh. Oh man. I need some better stuff. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. DJ Joel Aston says, why would you want to give it away? Did you not just hear me? I have a new logo here. If you guys were wondering, so I'll just show you real quick. This is, for anybody that doesn't know, that's my new logo. This is my old logo. See the difference? So, I don't have a use for the bag. And look, it's not my only bag. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have many jetpack bags. I have the Slim. I got, I forget what you call it, the XL, the Prime. I have lots of jetpack bags, and they all have my old logo on them. But I don't need two Slims. I'm never gonna have a use for two Slims at the same time. Although, no, never gonna have use. So that's the only reason why. If anybody were interested, let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right, Alpha. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, so let's see here. And Alpha, we got to get you on too. We got to get you guys on. I was gonna bring you on, and then Twin Spin took you, and I was like, can't have you on right after Twin Spin had you. So we're gonna bring you back on soon. You know, maybe we'll shoot for like the end of the month. You know, let me know, or maybe February. I'm trying to book ahead now. That's kind of my thing. I've always been booking like a week in advance. I'm trying to get rid of that. So like I already have people locked down all the way through the 16th, but I'm trying to be like 2 to 3 weeks ahead on all of my bookings. So everybody that I wanted to be on, not everybody, the big people. I always throw the invites out to the big people first because, well, I want to make sure I have space for them. You know, I don't want to be like, hey, can you do it? And they're like, yeah, I'd love to do it. I'll do it on the 16th. And I'm like, oh man, I got Mr. Nobody on the 16th. So can you wait till February? They're like, sorry, can't do it anymore. So I don't want to get into a position where I have to bump people, because I think that sucks. Yeah, I asked somebody to be on, and then I'm like, hey, do you mind moving because this new cool person is on? I had to do that one time. And the only reason why I did it at all was because the person that is going to be on the show is also in the industry. So she understood why I needed to push her back a week. So it happens. Okay. We do need fiber out here. We have AT&T, which I had AT&T and it just sucked for me. So I just didn't want it. So I moved to Spectrum, which has its own issues, but the upload speeds. So the one thing I liked about Uverse, or at least the DSL part of it, the upload speed was super consistent, like all the time. But the download speed was my issue. Like we would have with DSL, with DSL, the whole thing about DSL is you're not sharing your stream. So you're paying for a specific stream, which could be, you know, let's say 40 megabits down. Okay. You're paying for that and you're guaranteed that. Meanwhile, you got like Spectrum, which is like, you know, it's 100 megs down. And the problem was, while it was 100 megs down, when everybody got onto your network, your neighborhood, your numbers would drop down. So 100 megabits per second on at, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning is fine. But at 6 o'clock, maybe you're only getting like 60 down now. So you had to play with that. Now that they're up to like, you know, 200 is the minimum, and now it's like I have minus 500 down. Like you're never gonna have an issue. But the upload speed has always been the issue. Spectrum's upload is not consistent. On my DSL, I was getting 25 up consistently. No matter what I was doing, it was always going. But on Spectrum, you know, it goes from 23 to 11 to 17 to 12. Like it's just one of those things that sucks. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's run it now. Let's see where we are right now. All right, let's share the screen. Okay, let's see where we go. So this is my download speed right now, which makes sense because I'm really far from the hub. But I don't, like I said, I don't really care about my download speed. And here's my upload speed. So that's not bad. The upload speed is all I care about, and that's not bad. Now, keep in mind that, you know, at any given point, that download speed jumps up. Like we have 500. So in the middle of my house, or strangely enough, the mesh satellite that is, no lie, the other house on my property. Okay, so we have the hub. Think about it this way: we have the hub, then we have a satellite, and then we have the other house with their own satellite. At their house, for whatever reason, they get like 300 down. They get more than we get at the main location. I don't know why, but they'll get 300 to 400 down. We typically get like 250 because that's kind of the thing that you have to deal with when you're dealing with mesh routers. The maximum speed, you need to set up the maximum speed for halving the speed, or you know, maybe even like 2/3 the speed if on the other satellites. So while you might have 400 down, you'll get 400 down at the hard line. You know, so my son's Xbox gets absolutely amazing internet. Or if you're tapped in directly with the main router, you get amazing internet. But if you get tapped onto one of the satellites, your internet may drop. But that's why we compensate by having more download and upload speed. That way, nobody gets hit. I am on a satellite, but I'm hardwired into the satellite. So that is a hardwired satellite feed, which isn't bad to still be getting, you know, 17 on a satellite hardwired up. So, I think Joel's on like video time delay. No, we are. It's the whole thing is all wireless. The whole thing. Okay, let's see a couple more, and then we're gonna get out of here. That's crazy. See, so this is where I'm going to end up going, T Diesel. That's the next upgrade because we have so many people at the house, nonstop, always on their devices. We got to update. So, like my son streams, I stream. The kids are all on distance learning, so they are all on school. They have to upload. They're all on Zoom, so they have to upload that. So there's always something that is legitimately sucking up my bandwidth. There goes my signal. I wanted to switch before to see if it would go out. But the speed is currently at, like I said, 20. It's technically 20 and 400. Then there's one more that is 35 and a gig down. 35 and a gig down. So yeah, I'll never get 250 up like that, like T Diesel. That's insane. That's I don't even know what I would do with that. I think I would start up my own server anyway. Oh, speaking of, Mixmaster GNL, do you have this? Mixmaster has programs that allow him conversion programs. So if you're using Serato and you want to use Rekordbox, he's got conversion programs that will shift them to that. So that's really, really cool. I've been testing DJ, and none of my cue points, none of my playlists, none of the things that I typically use are in my iTunes. Does one of your programs do a reverse, say Serato into iTunes or Serato into DJ? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, because I might need to get at you. Oh, is that what happens? Spectrum has. Yeah, well, they were definitely not getting it then. Yeah, Philip, running a stream test does absolutely nothing. You have to understand. The stream only requires a specific amount of bandwidth, okay? After that bandwidth, you can do whatever the hell you want with the rest of your bandwidth. People get all freaked out because they're like, I can't do anything while I'm streaming, but that's not true. You need to understand what your computer is capable of. And I know that a typical stream requires 6 to 7 megabits per second. That's it. So, and because I'm using my ATEM to go into StreamYard, it's probably less than that because I'm only sending one video feed and one audio source. So we don't have to worry about the fact that, you're not going to utilize all of your bandwidth, and in all honesty, with a program like StreamYard, it'll just auto adjust. If my bandwidth dropped below a certain thing, it would just auto adjust the picture quality, but yeah, so don't worry about that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your equipment. Everybody, once you learn what your equipment can and can't do, there's no reason to fear it. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah, fiber. All right, Philip Tan says, when you show video clips in the middle of your interview, how are you queuing those up? Are you just sending the HDMI from a laptop to an ATEM input or loading the videos ahead of time in Streamlabs? I'm not using any of that stuff. Everybody should know. For this particular thing, I use StreamYards. So I don't know if anybody's ever seen StreamYards, but I can quickly show you what StreamYards looks like. And then maybe we'll end this up. But StreamYards is, stop sharing the screen. Okay. We're going to have a little inception, so just keep that in mind. Because it's going to definitely incept on us. Okay. All right. So this is StreamYards. Now, I can make it a little bigger. Okay, so this is StreamYards. This is the main window, which is why you're seeing Inception. This is the people that are on the stream, whether it be a guest or whether it be the screen I'm sharing. Here is my comment section. If I move over to my brand, then I have all of my logos, all of my overlays, you know, for instance, like that one. If I have a guest on, which I don't right now, but you know, that was Rob Swift's right there. And then as I take that off, I go down to my video clips, and my video clips are where I hold everything. So that includes like my intro, this guy right here, which is like my little, I need to like wipe my nose video right there. And then I have my promo, my Wake Up in Cleveland countdown. And then if I have any videos from people, I load them up over here. Then I have background in case I wanted to do, like I can turn on the background so you can see that. So if I end up going this way, not that way, like so, the background exists in there, but I don't typically use backgrounds, but several people do. And let's see, what else? Is there anything else? And then the show display name, if I wanted to have my name on there for the guest. So everything that I'm doing is within StreamYards. That's my brand. These are my banners. So you can see my rolling ticker, which is right there. This Wake Up in Cleveland. That's my ticker. Turn it off. Ticker. I can drop this up here, right here. And then if I go to the comments, all the comments for any place I'm streaming to, but in reality, it's for anything that's YouTube or Twitch will show up here, or Facebook. I stopped streaming to Facebook a while ago because I didn't really see a point to it. The traction just wasn't there. But you can click on here, and then yeah, there you go. So there's a lot of different options with it. I use StreamYards constantly. Love StreamYards, but I have also looked at alternatives with the ATEM. So I can run videos with the ATEM, and VLC, and setting up all the videos ahead of time and loading in the videos. So in my companion, I have a really intricate setup. If I want to not use StreamYards, I can go that way. Okay, so I've already been building that in just in case. But if I bring in an interview, like technically speaking, if I just had myself on there, I don't need StreamYards. I can do everything from within my ATEM, okay? Which includes playing videos and everything. I already have that set up. But for interviews, I still haven't found the best possible way for interviews that is as clean as, here's a little link, guys. Go ahead and click on the link and it'll bring you on no matter what device you're using, okay? Like even with Zoom, you have to make sure you have certain things, but with StreamYards, any device that has a camera and a microphone can be used. And that's the same thing with Restream Studio, which is why I use it, because it's super convenient. And if you start doing the math versus like, okay, it costs me, $25 a month to run this. If I wanted to do Zoom and I wanted to pay for the Zoom, I'm probably paying the same amount, and it's gonna take more work. So I don't know, we'll see. But I have looked at the other options too. Okay. Let's see if I'm not sure I'm gonna do a shootout. I'm not sure yet. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm gonna be keeping the Rane 72. I think you meant the 72. I'm gonna be keeping the Rane 72 for at least another couple of weeks before I send it back. I just don't know. I feel like I've broken down the mixer so much that if you just watch the videos, you'll kind of know my thoughts on it. But I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence. I'm sure it would make a nice little, it would get clicks. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I don't know. Gotcha. All right, Mixmaster, I got you. Okay, let's see. Last but not least, are we having anything else? Anything else? And then we're gonna figure out. Mr. Self-Aggravator says that's most of your issue. I don't know what we were talking about, so hopefully it was good. Oh, okay. If you're saying, if they're talking about the hardwired and the satellite, what did you mean by most of your issue? I don't have an issue with the hardwire into the satellite. That's not the issue whatsoever. But maybe we're talking about something else. So I will let you answer that before I make any assumptions. Sometimes it kind of feels like that. I mean, when you really think about what we're doing, it's really impressive. Mesh networks are really, really, really cool. Like, I appreciate them. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not my problem. I love my Wi-Fi. But yeah, I need more upload. I need more speed. Okay. King Young Vic says, when do you think Serato will be working with Big Sur this year? Because I upgraded to Big Sur by accident. Okay. So facts are, it's only a matter of time. I in my mind, they'll probably have it up in the next month. Typically speaking, anything that is out there, NAM wise, will need some sort of Serato updates in order to work. So I know for a fact there are at least 2 new products that are going to require Serato to update Serato in order to get them to work. So I typically, you'll probably see, you might see an update then, but it can't be more than a couple of months. In all honesty, it's not the issue. So I understand what you're saying, but it's not the issue. First off, I'm not having any issue. The video cutout has absolutely nothing to do with Wi-Fi because everything else is running the way it should be. Like, my ticker never glitched. The glitch is coming from my camera right now. But the Wi-Fi is not the argument, and it's hardwired into. So trust me when I tell you, like, a mesh router satellite talking to the main one is pretty consistent. I'm not running over Wi-Fi. I'm running over a hardwired Wi-Fi. It's a hybrid, but it's not the same. Not the same. Yeah, Mixmaster's right there. Tobias Lambers, greetings from Germany. Thanks for hanging out today. Okay, so SMC says, how did you guys do multiple DJing on the DJ's Vault? Yeah, StreamYards. We use StreamYards. And super simple. The only issue with how much is StreamYards? So StreamYards, there is a free version which has all of their badges on there. No, it might not be free. Maybe it's like, no, I think it is free. The first package is free, but it's time limited, I believe. The second one is $14.99. I pay the $25 one. I'm the one right beneath the 1080p one because I don't use 1080p because in order to use 1080p, your internet has to be good on both sides. So my internet and then the person I'm bringing on, or you run into glitches. And I have found that for the most part, most of my interviewers have kind of crappy internet. So I'm just staying at 720. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. All my everything runs through the ATEM. ATEM is my hub, and then it outputs a single audio and video feed if I'm using StreamYards into the computer. The computer is hardwired into a pluggable USB hub with an Ethernet port. So I'm hardwired into the mesh router, and then the mesh router is talking to the main router. So yeah, it's pretty consistent. I have run it connected wirelessly and hardwired, and the hardwired is always better, even though we're still technically using Wi-Fi. But the mesh satellite just communicates better with the router than like my Apple does. Okay. No new information on Mixcloud yet. None whatsoever. Okay. Let's see here. Any more questions? And we're also going to see who's on, because I am starving and I have to go work out, because that is part of my New Year's resolution. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, which we didn't talk about because we're talking about tech, let me know in the chat right now what your resolutions are. If anybody saw my Instagram video, and I have another video going up today about my scratching. I want to improve my scratching, so I have dedicated myself to do at least 1 hour a day of scratching and tutelage, 1 hour a day, every day for the next year. DJ K Mac, thank you for that 3-month subscription. I appreciate you. So I'm going to be doing that every day, and I'm going to be tracking the progress to see how much better I get. Is it possible to become an amazing DJ, amazing scratch DJ, without getting any real lessons, just utilizing what you can find online and see how the progress goes? So if anybody's interested, let me know. I'm trying to figure out how often I want to give like updates, because I want to make it kind of a personal thing. You know, like I will talk about like how my week's been, what I've learned, what I focus on, what I used in order to learn, how my progress is, if I'm happy with it, yada, yada, yada. Let me know what you think I should do. I don't think I'm going to do once a week, but it is possible, because I have just the last, 3 days? Just the last 3 days, I have found myself improving just because I've been practicing. So let me know in the chat what you think I should do. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. Yeah, let me know. It'll be a nice little in real life video YouTube vlog. So yeah, let me know. Okay. Let's see here. Cool. All right. We'll talk soon. All right. All right. How do you feel about OBS with StreamYards? OBS with StreamYards is fine. In all honesty, you know, a lot of people think it's one or the other with everything you do, but you can get a lot out of using it all. So for instance, I use OBS sometimes if I'm green screening. But now I found out there's another way to do it, so I don't even need to green screen. But I have used, if I want to use like my emote wall or any of that stuff, I can actually use OBS into one of my cameras and utilize that. So there's a lot of different options, but there's nothing wrong with doing both of them. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could set up my OBS to be my video player and run everything through OBS, and then I would have far more control over that. But right now, the way I'm using Companion with my ATEM, if I hit a button, I can play that specific song, which I guess I could technically do, but it'll change the feed and everything. So there's a lot more control over it that way. But yeah, I think you should use it all. And it's funny, if you use OBS or Streamlabs without actually streaming, like you're using it through the ATEM, it runs so much more efficiently. Like so much more. Like I can run emote walls and all this stuff, and my computer's fine. One computer, everything's fine. The moment you hit stream, like the moment you turn on the stream or recording, everything goes to shit. Everything. So yeah, it's funny. Okay. DJ Deafman says once a month. SMC says once a week. Let's see here. Mr. So Fabulous says I don't do resolutions. there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people that you can learn from. So, and I find that it's not just about learning it, but it's about being consistent, just like anything else. If you want to get better at something, you got to take the time. You have to take the time and work on it. I don't want to do that, Special J, because it's not just about that for me. In all honesty, I'm trying to become a better scratcher, and just doing one scratch. My issue isn't the fact that I can't do one scratch. I can do typically one scratch all the time. Chirp scratches, transforms, all that stuff. If that's all you want me to do, I'm not concerned about that. My issue is putting it all together, making connections, actually flowing from one scratch to the next effortlessly. That's the issue for me, honestly. And of course, look, I will show some things that I'm struggling with. That's never going to change. It's a vlog video, so I'm gonna show you those things. But I don't want it to become a thing like, here's my church scratch on January 1st. Here's my chirp scratch on February 1st. Like, I think that's useless because anybody can improve that type of scratch. That's my problem. I've gotten all of those things down, and I'm like, okay, great. Okay, now I want to go from chirp to a baby, to a transform, to a crab, and I'm not able to do that consistently, or I want to improve my speed and then jump from one to the next. So that's the growth I want to show people, not just, one scratch, if that makes sense. There you go, Philip. There you go. Oh, okay. K West 1 says I'm gonna start streaming. Mark, good. Graffiti, yeah, trust me. Yeah, I know. Graffiti, Shorty, Shortcut, Beat Junkies, Scratch Bastard, like they're all amazing. They're all absolutely amazing. All right. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay. TLM's on. Okay, we'll probably hit up TLM then. For whatever reason, she doesn't want to stream. For whatever reason. Maybe. I told her to get a mesh router. I don't know if she did it or not, though. Yep. Okay. Lighting I'm rocking is Ape Labs. Ape Labs, Ape Sticks. Ape Labs, it's at the Max. There's a Max below. And then these are my old school American DJ Tripar 7s. 7. Ain't that good? Yeah. And then I have my light sources here, which are, always forget the damn name, and I'm not going to move them right now. Voltrox circular light panels, and then just a small little overhead on a dimmer. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. I'm using the Orbi. Orbi? Yeah, I'm using the Orbi routers. Okay. Okay. Philip, correct if you were only trying to do one hand. That's another thing. I want both my hands to be amazing. So I'm doing both hands. No dominance. I want them all to be great. And again, look, I think you guys should know by now that the way I do my videos, I'm not going to do something that doesn't make sense. And I'm not going to do something that's not communicating exactly where I'm at and what I'm going to do. So I think you guys should just trust me. I'm only concerned about the, how often I should do it. Waddy J in the house. Speaking of dope DJs, make sure you follow Waddy J, the next Red Bull champion. Streaming all week. There you go. Mix and Mel says I'm going to be getting my marketing game up. Good. Okay, so, that's another great one. Yeah, these are all great. How about twice a month, then after 4 months, put it all together? Well, okay. Look, what I'm going to do is I don't mind the twice a month. And at 4 months, chances are probably what I will do is I will do like a 3 month another video with me kind of showing off a little bit, and then a 6 month video. Maybe I'm showing off and maybe I incorporate something else, you know, and then 9 month, and then the year one, I'm going to be applying for Red Bull, I guess. We'll see. But I think the true issue here is that, the homeroom is dope. Homeroom is not for beginners. I wish that they would, not all homerooms. There are some that are for beginners. Like if you go to, Mr. Chalk's homeroom, his are more for beginners, but Babu, Melody, Shortcuts, J-Rock, like all of those are intermediate to professionals, you know. And I think they kind of tell you that way, because like I remember, it's funny because when I first did Babu's, that's when I realized not so much that I couldn't scratch, because I can scratch, but I realized how weak my abilities, my focus was, because it forces you to focus, you know, all of those things. So they definitely come in handy. And also it forces your mind to kind of work a little differently, because once you get a scratch that works for you, you can do it, and you can do it all the time. And you're like, yeah, look at me, I'm a scratcher. And then you try to do something else, and then that's where your weaknesses show up. So doing these types of things, these type of kind of, military is the wrong word because you can do a military scratch too, but doing these kind of consistently, just all the time regimens, you're going to find yourself, this repeat action is going to force you to slow down. It's going to force you to kind of do more. And I can already tell you right now, I'm like 4 days into it, and already, like my baby scratch on my left hand, I've been struggling with. I was trying to make that a thing during quarantine. Like, I'm gonna get my left hand, at least be able to do baby, because I've always been able to chirp. So, you know, baby chirp into, you know, a transform. 4 days already, my baby scratch is sounding so much better, and that's just consistency, you know. And also being able to hear your scratch, because that's one thing I think a lot of people don't realize, myself included. When you're doing a scratch, like I do it based upon hand movement and just a feel. Like that's how I kind of taught myself. But you should be able to repeat the scratch that's in your head into real life, and knowing, okay, this sound is made by my fader doing this, and or my pulling back the record doing this. And so now when you watata, you should know exactly what watata translates into the record with, you know. So it's little things like that. And yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, you know. That's kind of what I'm saying. YDJ knows. Yeah, it's that muscle memory that just messes with you, and then once you kind of break that habit a little bit, then you start to be able to understand a little bit, because your hands want to do things naturally. They just want to do something, and you have to train your hands and your mind to disconnect from that movement. And that's one of the hardest things, especially with records. When you're rocking vinyl, even if your dominant crossfader hand is doing something special, your record hand may not want to do what your mind is telling it to do. It's funny. DJ XT Titus says, do you think the Pioneer S11 is the answer to Rain about mixers? I don't know about that. I know the S11 is a dope ass mixer. That's what I do know. So if it's an answer, if it's a exclamation point, if it's a middle finger, I don't know, but it's a great mixer, you know. And then again, so is the 72, but overall, the S11 is the best mixer of the year. Overall, it's the best battle mixer that you can currently own, in my opinion. Okay. Okay. Working on improving green screen knowledge. Yeah. Well, you probably should, because there's a lot of people that don't actually use green screen correctly. There you go. There you go. I don't think I'm going to do the online Scratch schools per se, because I could just sign up for Beat Junkies. I'm not really sure. I think what will happen is, I think I will probably, in my mind, what's going to happen is probably for 3 months or so, maybe 4 months, I'm going to see growth. Growth. And then at a certain point, I'm going to hit this weird plateau that is just more because maybe my brain doesn't want to do what my hands or body want to do. And then I'm going to need somebody to kind of look at what I'm doing and say, oh, the reason why you're not getting it is because of this or because of that. But I will take everybody on the journey, and maybe at that point, I sign up for some expert classes or whatever. Because in my mind, at the rate that I'm going, it'll be interesting to see what I sound like on February 1st when I upload, my next video. Because I posted a video on Instagram. And amazingly enough, that wasn't even my best scratching. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you're just like, your hands and your body just don't want to work properly. Your hands just don't do what your brain is telling them to do. So that was the best I could do on the 1st. But meanwhile, I go to do, not Crate Hackers, but I forget what it's called. I do that one and everything's flowing perfectly. Scratching is great. Everything's great. But so what I'm trying to avoid is scratching that isn't consistent. That's kind of the key. Making sure that I can do some sort of a baseline that's good across the board. And then sometimes when you're just feeling pretty amazing, it's kind of like, being in the zone, like I'm Jordan, I just, all of a sudden I just shoot 63 one day, but other days, maybe I'm shooting 35 and I'm good with that. Okay. I think we are good. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I might have to call in a favor and ask Rob too. Oh yeah, Jorge, that is another conversation somewhere else. We actually talk about that a lot when I bring on the big DJs. Yeah, and turn off key lock. Definitely turn off key lock when you're scratching. Yeah, and some programs like both Virtual DJ and DJ will automatically turn off key lock when you start scratching. It's a very interesting thing. So yeah, definitely that. Okay. It's more than that for the S11. Okay. All right. Waddy J says one key tip is that as DJs want to move so fast, but to better out timing, slow your records down and master it slow first and speed up. Yeah, that is 100% true. I realized because, everybody's scratching so fast when you hear them, you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with scratching slower and being clean. There's nothing, as a matter of fact, scratching slower and being clean is going to enhance your abilities when you speed up. If you can scratch rhythmic, within the keys, I like to call it, kind of like almost like jazz, then when you actually move to faster scratches, you're going to sound better and you're going to have more control. The slowing down increases control. The control increases your ability to understand what you're doing, and that control means that you can consistently replicate that scratch every time. And the slower you are, the more you're hearing what you're doing. So that's when that what-ta-ta and ta-ta and what-ta-ta, all those things you'll know when you're slower. Then because when you move faster, some of those things even though they're the same, you do them differently because your hands are moving so fast that you can't necessarily replicate exactly what you're doing when they're slow. Hand movements are just different. Slow and smooth and smooth and fast. Exactly. Deafman, thank you so much. Barty cuts 100%. There you go. That's true. That's fact. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I have found, in all honesty, that once you get to a certain point, you can hear it. For a fact when you're doing it right. And you just have to keep doing it. But yeah, 100%. If you can record them, record your videos, if you can record video, that's even better because then you can see where your hand movements are. You can see what's going on with yourself. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Titus. Appreciate that. They say they do, but I'm with you, man. I'm not convinced. Because I know that when I turn off my key lock, that it sounds different. So something is, trying to get the Flare and Autobahn. Yeah, see, those are all, definitely, high level scratches. So, definitely. Okay. All right, last question. Do you think DJs should stream practice sessions? Oh, what are we talking about? Are we talking about scratch sessions or are we talking about like your DJ practicing your lineup sessions? Because those are two different things. What I have been doing, I'm a little different because I do YouTube, so a lot of my practice sessions are legitimately like me testing out new software so I can use that as time. But like yesterday when I was doing when I was using DJ, I said, you know what, I'll do a little scratching right now because I think that's probably the biggest thing for me. And everybody's different, but I'm honest, okay? I'm all about full disclosure. Sometimes I can be an amazing DJ when nobody's watching. But the moment people start watching, I'm flailing around like an idiot, trying to do stuff and stupid stuff and being dumb. But when I'm alone, can't touch me. So my biggest problem is getting to a comfort level where I am confident in my abilities, because that's why I screw up. Not because I can't necessarily do certain things, but I don't do them consistently enough that when I do them online and I know people's eyeballs are on me, your hands tighten up. Everything gets a little stupid. So all those things that were easy when nobody was watching are difficult now. So that's my thing. That's why I'm doing this, in all honesty. Yeah. So look, I'm on this channel. We are honest. We're honest on this stream. So, and the reason why I'm being honest, I think it's kind of like people that lose weight. Like there's a guy right now, I forget what I think it's called, like Get Fit, Get Lit or something like that. And he's on this journey where I think like 4 months ago, he started eating. And he's like, I want to show people that you can lose the weight. So he was, I think, at 180 pounds or something like that. As of January 1st, I think he weighed 290 pounds. Like some ridiculous number. Like he gained like 100 pounds over a few months. And now he's going to show you how he gets back to it. Now, the reason why he's doing this, the reason why he's confident is because he knows what it takes. He knows it's going to take some hard work, but he will get there. And that's the same way I am with scratching. Like I know that it's going to take hard work. I know that it's going to take my focus and my time. But I know for a fact that if I just put in the work, I will definitely see results. Most people don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the work. But if you put in the work with anything you do, you're going to see results. And look, I might put in the work for a year and realize that like I'm just good enough. You know, or I might put in the work and realize that like I'm better than I thought I ever could be. So you just got to put in the work for anything. You want to lose weight? Put in the work. You know, you want to be a better guitarist? Put in the work. You want to be a better YouTuber? Put in the work. Everything requires patience and time. If you don't give the time in, it doesn't matter what you do. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah, exactly. That big red button, man. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But what are you going to do? And then you see some people. That's why I think that some DJs, if you watch them and you know, they're scratching or they're doing whatever, they're doing all these tricks and they look like they don't care. Like they're completely indifferent to whether you're there or not. I think that's just their little trick to like make sure that they can continue to do what they do. They act like you're not there. Like they say, if you're performing live, you know, you're singing or whatever, you know, imagine the crowd with no clothes on, you know? And it's weird because I say this, and I know this is true because before I started, even before I was an MC, before all these things, the reason that I got better as an MC, the reason that I got better doing this was because I put in the work. And I knew that there was nothing that I couldn't overcome. That's the only reason. And that MCing, everything that I did there makes me better on YouTube. But even my YouTube videos have gotten better. Why? Because I put in the work. I watch my videos. I improve. I get more relaxed. Relaxing is the key to everything. The more relaxed you are, the better you are at anything you do. So if you can get to a point of zen where you're just like, I'm cool, you're going to be amazing. You're going to be amazing. Yeah. So what I'm doing now is every time I do some sort of DJ, I will take a minute or two and then just do a scratch freestyle just to get into a situation of being comfortable with going out on a limb more. Not necessarily doing just what I'm comfortable with. Oh, look, baby scratch to a chirp. Yeah, I can do that. That has been my thing. Like, I could always do that. That's never an issue. I can do a quick transform, but it's that consistently. Like, let me just show you something real quick. That's different. That's different. Yeah, Scratch School is dope too. Yeah, and I even went to Scratch Academy, but like I was saying before, I didn't get what I needed out of Scratch Academy because I was operating at a certain level, but then there were people that were operating below me. Okay, so every time we'd get to a scratch, they would make the whole class wait for that other person to reach it, and then we'd move up. And I'm like, this is dumb. Like, send a AD. What do they call those guys? Like a little admin person to help that one, and let us move on. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna force myself now. Tutor, thank you. But it's not even a tutor. There's something else. There's another word for that person. Yeah, I know Beat Junkie Scratch School is the truth. I know. But right now, you know, we're just trying to see. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Can somebody do me a favor? Go to one of the mods. Go to TLM. See how much longer he's going to be on. I think he normally gets off at like 12:30 or 1. Let me know before I rate him. Let me know. Yeah, Angelo is excellent. I want to say Angelo was the originator of Scratch School Online. It was him. But TLM is great. There's so many great ones out there. But what's good now? What I love is the more you the more you practice, the more you're going to find yourself being able to hear what a DJ is doing that's far more talented than you. Like, you'll learn some scratches and then you'll go to like a Scratch Bastard, and then you'll watch him and you'll go, oh, that's what he's doing. Now, Scratch Bastard is so much better than everybody else because not only is he using his fader hand and killing it, but his record hand is doing so much too. The little things. And that's the thing, that's where the mastery comes from. When you're doing something intricate on your fader hand and on your vinyl hand, damn. Just damn. Yeah, but you learn the language. Yeah, he does have so much musical knowledge, and that's also adjunct. That sounds like oh no, what I was thinking of was aid, a student aid. That's what I was thinking of, an aid. Yeah, but adjunct sounds like you're not from America. Now, in Wadi's he's actually correct. And that's what I want to say about him. Because, okay, 30 minutes, gotcha. Because what he does, if you watch him from 5 years ago, Scratch Bastard, and you watch him now, he's improved exponentially since then. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember when I first started seeing Scratch Bastard, kind of hit the scene, I remember saying, he's good, but I'm not hearing as much musicality. And then fast forward 3 years, and I was like, oh, there it is. And he's better than everybody on the planet right now. He might not be the best DJ or the best scratch DJ, but he's the best musical, all the parts falling together to make a perfect DJ. He's that guy. He's got soul. His scratches are phenomenal. His music selection is phenomenal. Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. Hanging with Jazzy Jeff helped. Probably. So, okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, there we go. It's college term. There we go. Thank you. Oh, you mean his series isn't put together enough now? God, that man never stops. I'm trying to get him on. He keeps ducking me in a good way, not like an asshole. He just keeps ducking me. So I will have him on. I'm thinking that maybe February. Yeah. Agreed, Wadi. Okay. So let's raid Mr. TLM. See if he pops up. Yeah, he pops up there. All right, we're gonna start this raid. All right. So, as I said before, I will be on. If you guys are following me, make sure you follow the Check 1 2 ENT page. That's where I'm doing all of my testing. All of my testing is going to be done on there. And because I'm almost a partner here, so I'm just holding back. As you can see by the numbers, there's no reason that I shouldn't be at some point soon. Anyway, make sure you guys follow the stream all the way through. Follow the stream all the way into TLM. He's doing his crate sessions today. They're always dope. And hold on, let me get on so I can be on the stream when you're on the stream. I want to thank you guys for hanging out today. On Wednesday, we have DJ Miss Ninja in the house, so she should be dope. Followed by Kova from Tweak Music Tips on the following day. So it'll be a good week. Next week we got Rhetmatic. Yeah, that's right, guys. Trying to do big things here. All right, Joe.